Hello friends, this is Scott. And before we get into the topic of this video, I wanted to show you the star of my last video, Willow, decided that he wanted to continue to be the focus of the video. So yeah, we got ourselves caught up in a tree here, got all excited. And then, you always hear those stories about the fire department needing to be called to get a cat out of a tree. Well, we're not getting that severe today. This cat's not very high up in the tree, but yeah, it was kind of funny to see the dismount here. Yeah. So yeah, Willow is seems to be the cat now that wants the most attention. And not once, but yeah, we didn't learn our lesson. So yeah, we tried to try this again, but this time we didn't quite get so high up in the tree, but we got a little bit jammed into a little bit of a predicament, but not nearly as bad as the first time around. But yeah, that's the new Willow's favorite thing to do, is to get himself in a little bit of jeopardy and get himself out of it. So yeah. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cute. And the chickens are out and about along with Miss Thing, and there's further proof that adult chickens and adult cats are really not worried about each other too much. I've never had any aggression between any of the four cats and these chickens. Well, now we're getting into today's topic, and I've been collecting a little bit of cardboard, and as you see, that's where the cats, slept all winter under that heat lamp, so they had a nice little time there. But today's video is all about flipping the mulch out of the planting beds that I created last year into the pathways. And there's several reasons why I want to do this, but the main reason is I do not want to mow all this grass as you see around the edges. It's a pain in the butt. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at this mulch, and it did its job. And if you look under here, I just barely pulled some aside, and we already have a worm. So yeah, that mulch has really done wonders for the soil life. And having that all mulched in created an even temperature all winter, and which let the organic life do their thing, and not get freeze thaw kind of a situation. And here's a hugelkultur bed that I'm going to have to do a little weeding on that, but I've been working on that for a couple of years, but I'll finish that one off this year. But got to have to pull some weeds out of that area. I don't want to put any more cardboard over that. But as you see, I want to put mulch around all the edges to create the pathways. And to do this, again, I need to pull that mulch off the beds, and there's a main purpose for that too, which is to warm the beds up, because once you have beds mulched in the spring, they don't warm up very fast. So what I do is I always try to pull the mulch off and get my stuff planted. And in this area, I may be planting a lot of seeds and things which will not grow in this mulch. So it's got to be removed. And then as the plants come up and the seeds grow into plants, we'll be mulching back again with some other materials. So I always want to try to keep the soil covered, but in the spring I want to warm it up a little bit just to get this garden growing. We do have a shorter growing season down here in Zone 5B and at the homestead. So as quicker I can get plants in, the better it'll be. But to create these pathways, I always use cardboard. And so I did collect quite a bit of cardboard, but I didn't, as you'll see later, I did not get enough cardboard to finish everything. But yeah, I'll just have to scrounge some more up and keep on swimming with it. But I decided this year that I'm a little bit concerned about the chickens getting into certain types of vegetables, and like they got into my tomatoes last year, and they were into they caused a little bit of damage. So with this fenced in area here, I think I'm going to put it more in my tender crops in here, or anything like peppers and tomatoes and carrots and beets and those types of things. So maybe the chickens will not destroy them, as well as the deer don't seem to come up into this part of the yard. I've never seen one here, so that'll help also with having trying to keep the deer from eating all my vegetables. But we'll see how that goes this year. Last year was great, didn't have any problems, but who knows? We'll see what happens this year. But again, I've been sick the last few weeks, and so you see me working really hard here. I'm just kind of enjoying the day and enjoying the first nice days of spring. And taking my time because my energy level is about zero. But I was able to get some projects done, and get anything done, it's better than nothing. So I was happy for this day, and also to get start getting my garage cleaned out of all this cardboard that I've been stacked in there. There's a fire hazard under that heat lamp. So anyway, but today's the day, and we're going to try to get all this cardboard placed and get that mulch removed. And here you can start seeing the vision. Again, it's not going to be, it's hard to differentiate the paths from the beds right now. As the plants are growing, obviously, it'll be easier. But I will be putting some type of garden bed edging in, but why do that now? Because I'm not sure exactly how I want these beds to be, and no sense putting in any permanent features until I'm really sure how I want to have this area. But from my very first videos, you saw how this area was the biggest mess that I had in the entire property, and now it's at least under control. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, once I put that cardboard down, I wanted to get a little bit of mulch on it because it is windy down here at times. And at the moment, it was fairly calm, but you just never know when the wind's going to pick up. And I don't want to be chasing cardboard throughout the neighborhood. So yeah, but it's not again working really at a snail's pace. But yeah, it was again, we're early in the year and not ready to quite plant anything, so I got time to do a few of these more tedious projects and not have to, hurry to get her done. But yeah, I'm just going to remove as much of this material as I can, get that soil warmed up. And the other part of this that's going to be really nice for the future is I'm trying to create multiple ways to make compost in this yard, and this will be another way. It'll be actually making compost in the pathways. So all this material that I all this wood chips that I put on will compost with that cardboard in the pathways, and then next year I can come in and I can actually scoop that dirt up onto the planting beds, and that'll create another way of making compost in that soil fertility. So yeah, it's just there's a method to the madness, but right now the mowing was the biggest thing on my mind, but making compost is a close second. Now here we are. Didn't have enough, so one of my next projects or videos is going to be planting the asparagus bed, and so I might as well get this soil warmed up too and remove the mulch down here. And I just did a couple wheelbarrows. I'm not going to bore you with a whole bunch of shoveling and moving material, but that's where I got that material from. Was down here, and then again next week we do have a storm predicted, but hopefully when the snow melts again, we're supposed to get 4 to 6 inches. And then we'll get back into getting that asparagus planted. But yeah, I'm just going to take it up into the areas that I need a little bit extra, and just to cover that cardboard. I don't want a big eyesore with a bunch of cardboard, and again, I don't want the wind blowing it all over the neighborhood. But so here's a look at how far I was able to get with the amount of cardboard I had. So as you see, I'm not quite done. I have not reached my goal of having no mowing on this side yet, but I'm getting close. So now I've got to find a new supplier of cardboard, and we'll finish off this section and then pull that mulch off. I'm going to have to pull the mulch off soon anyway, just because I do want to get the beds warm until I find the cardboard, but hopefully I can find some before, so I'm not like double doing this project again. But yeah, so it's really, like I say, it's really hard to differentiate the bed from the pathway, but it'll all come together as plants are growing. I did also pull the mulch off the garlic, and you can see some yellowing garlic there because it was getting smothered down. It wasn't getting any sunlight, but as you see here, the garlic is coming up well. And again, I planted in rows this year versus dense planting, which is my usual tactic. But yeah, it looks like it's doing well, and yeah, we'll see how this all comes. But a pretty good germination rate on that garlic. So yeah, cardboard. And flipping those wood chips onto the cardboard creates a new path. And then after next year, I can put that soil, which will now be compost, or then be compost, and put it back on the bed to add more fertility. So anyway, hope this helped with, maybe you'll have this kind of an idea to use your garden for multi-purposes as you're working on things. Well, thanks for watching this video. And if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment, as I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.